Take a bullet for you just to prove my love. You know that I ain't in trouble just with you since we met. Cause you're toxic, boy, I ain't even gonna try to find the cheek of all the end.
Oh my goodness gracious me, I actually feel like death today. Like, I actually feel like death warmed up, to be honest. I feel like it's been such a long time since I filmed a video. Like, I didn't upload at all last week and I've honestly missed you guys so much. Like, I've been lost without you. I thought I'd come back and do a little chatty Q&A type video. I was asking you guys on Instagram what you want to see, and a lot of you said food related videos and stuff like that as well. And I do have my 30-day vegan summary and like recipe video coming on Sunday, so that's going to be up then. So I thought we'd just have a little chill, a little catch up, a little advice session, you know. Very sorry about the lighting. The weather cannot make its mind up today. It's sunny one second and then it looks like it's gonna piss down the next second. So great, love that. I'm just gonna go through them in no particular order. So the first question was actually asked twice, one after the other, by two different people, so I thought I'd answer it first. Basically about getting lonely and like depressed at times doing YouTube or like working from home, having no colleagues, etc., and like how to deal with that. I actually do get very lonely sometimes, I would say. It's actually quite sad to say that, and I mean, I'm very lucky in the sense that I have amazing people around me. I've got an amazing family, I've got my boyfriend, I've got amazing friends. Like, I'm very lucky to have really good people around me, so I always have someone to cheer me up and put me in a good mood and keep me sane. But honestly, like, it is, I don't know if anyone else gets this as a self-employed person, but if you are self-employed and you don't have any staff or you don't have anyone working with you or helping you run your business or whatever, it can be very lonely at times, I'm not gonna lie. And I especially felt that when I lived in the flat alone. I don't mind my own company, obviously I have to put up with myself by myself a lot of the time anyway, but I guess it's one thing that I do miss about having, like, when I worked in retail and stuff like that, like I had a lot of friends in my jobs and stuff at my Salford and Mark and whatever else, so I do kind of miss that aspect sometimes. Okay, someone asked, my best friend never asks about my boyfriend. What is your advice? I would say just like try and maybe spend a little bit more time, like the three of you or something, or like in a group of friends or whatever it may be. I feel like some people really want their partner, like their boyfriend, their girlfriend, to be friends with their friends and like part of their family and stuff like that, whereas other people kind of like the fact that they have separate friends and whatever else. So just kind of decide what's important to you and talk to your friend about it if it's bothering you, and maybe ask if there's an issue, or it's probably something that you're thinking into, so I wouldn't worry too much. Have you got plans to buy a house, and what are your plans housing wise? I am currently saving for a house. I would say that's probably one of my biggest goals for the next like however many years, like in my short-term future. What was that? Yeah, I'm definitely conscious about the fact that I will want to purchase a house at some point. I don't plan on doing that anytime soon, I don't think. Probably not within the next year at least anyway, maybe in the next 2 years, I'm not entirely sure. I'm very content at home at the minute. I'm very happy at home. I love living at home. I would definitely never live alone again. I know some people absolutely love that, like they love living alone, but personally I would never do that again. So yeah, when it's the right time I will buy a house, but right now I'm very happy here, so it's all good. Do you believe YouTubers should be actors, presenters, etc. when people are trained? I don't see a problem with it. I don't see a problem with YouTubers branching out into other paths career-wise. I actually think it's a really amazing thing that for a lot of people, like, YouTube can be such a stepping stone into bigger things. I know, of course, some people do work really hard to get into a certain area, like a creative area, like for example actors might go to like theatre or drama school or whatever, but I just think it comes down to like work ethic as well, and equally like YouTubers work really hard and obviously are very creative people. Like anyone that does YouTube is usually a very creative person and has an interest in, you know, other creative industries, so I don't think it's a bad thing. Whoever is hardworking and passionate and really wants it should be the person to get those roles, and yeah, that's how it should be. I assume you've stopped going out with your friends. This isn't true. I don't really go like out a lot anymore. I don't know, I kind of go through phases where I really love going out and I go out a lot, and then I go through phases where I get kind of bored of it because, you know, like living in Manchester, you know what's what, and you know like everything's always the same. So yeah, sometimes I kind of get a little bit bored of going out, if that's what you mean, but I still see all of my friends. I still spend time with all my friends. I maybe like don't put it on social media very much, and that's probably why people maybe think that I don't, but I don't know, I don't really feel the need to put a lot on social media. So yeah. Any advice for being content with being single? I struggle to, well, I don't struggle to understand. I was gonna say I struggle to understand when people don't like being single, or I don't know, get annoyed when they can't find like a partner or something. I don't understand that because I guess like I've never really felt like that. I know sometimes people just kind of like want to find someone that they can be like, they can spend a lot of time with and do what they want to do with, and, you know, find a best friend but also a partner or whatever else. But I also think like living like your single life is probably one of the best periods of your life. I think you kind of have to treasure like your single time because you will find someone at some point. You know, you shouldn't stress about the fact that you're single and you're not in a relationship and other people are or whatever else. Like, I don't think that's something to stress about. If anything, you should really like treasure that time and really make the most of that time and kind of just like do what you want to do and work on yourself and whatever else. And then when the person that you're supposed to be with is meant to come along, they will come along and it'll be fine. But yeah, don't worry, you'll be fine, because, you know, you're not going to be single forever. One day you're probably going to settle down, you might get married if you want to get married, you might have kids if you want to have kids, like you're going to do all of that. So enjoy your like years of single life is what I would say. Okay, someone said, I've still been sleeping with my ex 8 months after we split up because I still love him. Should I cut ties? I would say yes. I understand sometimes that you might break up with someone and then you carry on seeing each other or whatever it is, and then obviously it works out and you get back together. But if it's been 8 months, I would say cut ties, especially if you're in love with him, because if you're not in a relationship anymore and it's just like a casual thing where you're sleeping together, there's no guarantee that he's not gonna find someone and then just disappear. Or like he might be sleeping with other girls, for example, and then if you found that out, you would be so devastated if you're in love with him. So I would say cut ties. You'll feel better for it in the long run. You won't regret it. You might feel really sad at first. I always think whatever's meant for you and whatever is supposed to happen for you will happen. So if this is meant to be, it will happen regardless of you cutting ties. So just do your own thing for a little bit and, you know, it'll all be fine. You Facetune all of your pictures. So I asked for some assumptions as well, so there are some assumptions in here. When you say Facetune, what are we talking about, okay? Because don't get me wrong, I will smooth a little bit of skin here and there, okay? Add some details, do what I need to do. Being 100% honest, I feel like there was a time last year when I got a little bit too adventurous with Facetune and I edited my photos a little bit too much. Now I don't do that as much because, you know, it's not good, okay, to be Facetuning pictures. It's not something that I recommend doing. It's a very bad habit to get into. It's not good for your self-esteem at all. It's unrealistic. It's deceiving at times, to be honest. Yeah, I got into a bad habit of it, I'm not gonna lie, and I realised that. We've changed that. I still use Facetune a little bit, if I'm going to be honest. If I need to like smooth something a little bit, change a little bit of lighting here and there, whatever I need to do. My favourite app for editing photos actually is Lightroom. I swear by Lightroom. I absolutely love it. It's the only thing I use. If you guys want me to do a video where I edit my photos and stuff, then let me know because I can do that. But yeah, Lightroom is literally my favourite app to edit photos on. It is amazing. You get filler to impress people. You guys did not hold back. I wouldn't say I get filler to impress people. The only time I've ever had something done, filler, dyed my hair, got my teeth done, like anything like that. You guys know everything that I've done to myself, which isn't like a long drastic list before anyone gets the wrong idea. But the only time I've ever done anything like that is for myself and because I wanted to do it, not because anyone told me that I needed it doing or I felt like I had to get it done. I mean, I say that, but at the same time, you know, being on social media, being on Instagram, doing YouTube and Instagram as a full-time job, do I probably feel the pressure a little bit more in terms of looking the best that I can? Yes. But it's all stuff that I've like not regretted doing, or it's stuff that I've kind of like had in mind to do for a long time. I'm the sort of person, I really think about stuff before I do it. Like I will have something that I want to do and I will think and think and think before I actually do it. The same if I, for example, buy something really expensive, I will think about it for a long time before I do it. I'm not very impulsive with stuff that's like a big decision. And I've actually not had any filler, thank you very much, for over a year now. I've not had any filler for over a year. So yeah, it's nothing to do with wanting to impress people. It's just what I wanted to do. But at the same time, social media probably influenced that decision to some point. So take what you want from that. Why have you been so quiet on YouTube? Do you have a boyfriend? I do have a boyfriend, as I feel like a lot of you guys know by now because I have mentioned that. Well, I don't really think I have been quiet on YouTube. The only time I've not uploaded this year consistently is last week. So I think last week, like, I just struggled for ideas, and I'm the sort of person, if I'm struggling for an idea, I'm not going to push something, or I'm not going to force something, or I'm not going to like force myself to film if I'm not feeling it. I'm not going to lie, like I have felt a little bit down the past few weeks and a little bit I wouldn't say lost, but just a little bit like trying to figure out what I want to do this year in terms of my content and things that I want to do like differently or whatever. I'm still trying to find my feet a little bit. So yeah, it's never, I don't know, to do with friends, boyfriend, family, whatever. It's always just like a personal thing where I'm just kind of like working on stuff like to myself. What are your ideas for monthly activities for the rest of the year? So as I said, my 30 days of being vegan is going up on Sunday. I'm then going to be doing another 30 days of something, which I really wanted to do ice skating or pole dancing and do like a sport. I've actually contacted the ice rink in Altrincham to see if they'd be interested in helping me out with it and filming and stuff like that. I've not actually heard back from them, so I'm going to chase that today. And I've been looking into like places in Manchester where I can go pole dancing as well. So I'm going to try and pull those two off maybe next month. If not, my mum actually had a really good idea in terms of doing something a little bit different, whereby I volunteer somewhere for 30 days. So I was thinking I could volunteer at like an animal sanctuary or a animal charity or whatever, like a shelter for 30 days and talk about that and film my experience and things like that. So let me know which of those interest you, because I would love to know. Okay, someone said you're happiest in a relationship. As I said, I'm equally, I mean, obviously I am happier in my relationship because my boyfriend is like my best friend. We have a lot of fun together. We're always laughing together. We literally clicked from the moment we met. We were like just best friends from the get-go. But I'm also perfectly fine being single. Obviously, like, I wouldn't want to be single now, but when I was single, I was perfectly fine being single. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I don't stress about it because I'm 22 at the end of the day, so life will be fine. How to stop letting insecurities get in the way of having sex. Okay, the biggest thing I would say for this is like anything that you feel insecure about in the bedroom, whoever you're with, whoever you're having sex with, your partner, whoever, probably would not even notice. Like, honestly, I feel like insecurities are such a personal thing and they're not really something that anyone else notices. Like, I don't know if anyone's realised this. Any form of insecurity you have, like I have insecurities about myself. If I will tell someone that, like for example, if I tell you guys right now, I hate my nose. I wanted a nose job for the longest time, like the longest friggin' time, I swear. I actually really like the slimness of my nose, but I hate the fact that it has this little flick here. Whenever I say that to people, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, are you okay? Anything that is an insecurity, whether it's body related, sex related, your personality related, you know, if you're like quite shy and that bothers you or whatever, guarantee no one else clocks it or no one else notices it, no one else is bothered by it. Yeah, just like be yourself. Don't do anything you feel like you have to do when it comes to sex or whatever. Make sure it's someone that you're really comfortable with, and then especially, yeah, as well, make sure you're having sex with someone that you're really comfortable with and that you trust and you know, because the more comfortable you are with someone, the more yourself you feel with someone, if that makes sense. Why don't you go on nights out as much as you used to? Like I said, I honestly just get kind of bored of it sometimes. I'm not too bothered by it. Like, Manchester's the same old. Like, as much as I love the nightlife in Manchester, you see, like, it's the same all the time. Do you know what I mean? Nothing's ever different about it. Nothing's new about it. Nothing gets, like, exciting about it once you've been out however many times. Like, it's always going to be the same thing. So, yeah, I would much rather sit in, have a nice dinner, have a glass of wine, go for drinks maybe, like something more social than being in a nightclub and not being able to hear anyone and being squished like a little sardine, because that is what the clubs in Manchester are like half the time. You can't even fucking move. So you've applied for Love Island. That is not true. I have never applied for Love Island. It's never appealed to me, if I'm going to be totally honest. I do enjoy watching it sometimes. I didn't really watch a lot of this year's. I kind of got into it a little bit and then I completely fell off and I didn't even watch the final. Yeah, I don't mind it, and I have obviously nothing against anyone that goes on there, because I think going on there can be a really great thing. Just spilt my fucking water everywhere. Lovely. Yeah, I'm not really bothered by it. It doesn't interest me. I'm happy doing what I'm doing, so yeah. Someone said you want a boob job. Okay, so fun story actually. If anyone has watched Mad's video talking about her boob job and stuff, which I recommend doing. Yeah, if you're thinking about getting a boob job, I really recommend Mad's video. I feel like it was very helpful, informative, all of that stuff. She actually mentioned in that video that she'd been considering getting her boobs done for a year, and she was saying that she went for a consultation a year before she actually got them done, which was like this time last year-ish. Fun fact, I actually went to that consultation with her. We actually went together. I spoke to the doctor that she ended up going with as well. We had the consultation like one after the other, you know, all of that good stuff, because we were both considering getting it done. Yes, I sometimes want a boob job, I'm not gonna lie, but that does not outweigh my fear of implants. I think for me it just freaks me out too much. So yes, I've considered it. But no, I don't think I would ever get it done. Your parents wish you were doing something else. This is not true. My parents are very proud of me, I like to think. I feel like when I first started YouTube, they had no idea what I was doing, didn't understand why I was doing it. Obviously, like, I didn't go to uni. I was taking a year out of, I was basically having a gap year and not going to uni to pursue YouTube and stuff. They were like, I don't understand what you're doing. But you know, they were very proud of me, and obviously as I started to earn money, they've grown to kind of understand it a little bit more. They're really supportive. They've always got so many ideas for me for like things to be doing. Like I said, it was my mum that suggested doing volunteering for a month and stuff like that. Oh my god, my throat's actually dying. I'm gonna have to end this video soon. But no, I have wonderful parents. They're very supportive. I'm very lucky to have such incredible parents. So yeah. You got a thread lift or a brow lift. Not true. I just started filling in my brows differently, and it is giving the appearance of my brows looking lifted. If you want a brow tutorial, let me know. Can we be expecting big things from you in terms of your career in 2020? May or may not be something very exciting coming summertime. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give you any hints other than that, but there may be something very exciting coming in the summertime and other things throughout the year. We'll see. But yeah. I'm in a relationship, but I'm not happy and I don't want to upset him. What do I do? I have been in this situation before where I've been with someone and I've realised that I'm not happy in that relationship anymore, but known that that feeling isn't mutual, and found it very hard to then kind of like break it off. I've been there. It is such a horrible situation to be in, especially if you're quite a caring person and you really care about this person and you want them to be happy, knowing that you're going to do something that is going to cause them so much unhappiness and so much pain. I totally sympathise with you, because it's probably the worst feeling I've ever felt, like worse than heartbreak, honestly. But at the end of the day, you can't stay with someone out of pity. Like, honestly, you cannot stay with someone out of pity. You can't stay with someone just because you feel sorry for them or you feel like you don't want to hurt them. By staying with them and by lying. You're effectively like lying about the relationship because you're not happy. By doing that, you are doing them wrong, you know? So you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with them about your feelings. Maybe talk to them. It might be a situation where if you talk to them and have a conversation and say, look, I'm not happy, there might be stuff that comes up that needs to be fixed, needs to be solved, and then maybe you can build on that and work on that, and it might be better in the long run. But if you've decided that you're not happy and you want to end the relationship, you owe that person the honesty of doing that. So just know that in the long run it's the best thing for them, and even though they will be unhappy and it will cause them pain, you can't waste their time either. So yeah, I'm sorry, I know it's shit. Favourite things to do or places to go in Manchester? Do you want me to do a video on this? I get questions about this a lot, okay, about the best things to do in Manchester, places to go, places to eat, things to do. I might do a full video on that. Let me know if that's something you want to see. I don't really feel like it's the sort of content I would usually upload, so I'm like, would anyone care enough to watch it? But yeah, let me know. Okay, someone said there is fake people on your management. I would say no. I don't think there's anyone on my management in terms of talent, staff, managers, anyone that is a fake person, a bad person. I don't have a bad word to say about anyone. I'm friends with everyone at my management. I love them all. I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for them all. Yeah, they're all really amazing, hardworking people, and yeah, don't have a bad word to say about anyone. So yeah. Kinda a silly question, but any tips for flirting on a date? I get so flustered and just chat shit. Right, okay, if there's one thing that I feel like is important, it's just to be yourself on a date. Like, if you're not the sort of person that's very flirty or very like, I don't know, very like smooth and sensual or whatever, don't try and be that, because it's just like, what's the point? I mean, I'm not the sort of person, I don't think I'm very like flirty or very like smooth with stuff. Like, I don't think that's me, but I like to have a laugh with someone, and if anything, like my version of like someone flirting with me and me flirting with someone is just like having a laugh, taking the piss out of each other a bit. Like, I love people that will like roast me a little bit, do you know what I'm saying? Like friends as well, like, I just always find it funny. You just have to be you, because if you're not a flirty person, then you can't pretend to be a flirty person, because that's like a fake version of you anyway. But yeah, it's one of the first things I actually really loved about my boyfriend when we met. He was just so rude to me, but like in a really funny way. Like, he just took the piss out of me all night and made me laugh, and it was great. So yeah. You're actually kind of shy in person. Yes, I am very shy. It really annoys me actually that I'm so shy. Especially obviously around people that I know, I'm not shy, but when I first meet people, or I go to an event, or I go on a brand trip and I don't really know anyone very well, I will literally be like all night. Like, I will just like stay in my own little bubble. I'm not very talkative. I'm not like a super big like loud personality. I'm very kind of introverted in some senses, and it's annoying considering the industry that I'm in. People that I end up getting on with really well when I am that shy person end up becoming like my best friends, so it's all good. Alright, do you know what? I'm gonna stop there because I actually can't breathe. Like, I have never been in so much pain from like a sore throat. It's actually driving me crazy. Yeah, let me know what videos you want to see coming up. As I said, stay tuned for my vegan 30 days of vegan on Sunday, and yeah, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.